on the jet, of course, is another interesting point. But he has mentioned in
chat, you want the sound up a little bit?
This is actually kind of comfortable for him too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just to highlight the beginnings of this one as well, right? For Nongshim, now that we've got Sungmin back on the roster and we're out of the Taeyo meta, they are going back to what they played over in
okay, we've got DRX on defense, we've got Nongshim on
shift
attack.
in roles where
And
now is kind of
nice comp, we got a Sage. I think at the moment, someone can correct me, but I think at least in 2025, in Tier 1, Sage has a 100% win rate on this map.
Really are just going to tackle this one.
Pretty sure that's right.
Just see them heavily leaning towards the
at least for non-mirror matchups.
Walled off. Meanwhile, Nongshim just quietly kind of lurking and waiting around. You also have Persia towards middle, but nothing so far.
Yeah, just scoping things out over towards B, though, at the moment for DRX. And they kind of get all the idea that this might actually eventuate towards this A site, so you're going to have to see what Stray's going to look for. Coupled with freeing, Recon Dart is online, and that drone should be a bit of a tell right now that it is going to end at A.
This is interesting. DRX fighting on site, but obviously Nongshim should kind of know that because they saw the wall early. Damn it. I'm not sure he should be winning that duel, but
no, traded so quick. Now it's just flashback left.
Marco is so far away though at the moment as well.
I'm wrong. Wait, who lost to him? Who lost with it, Matic?
2 versus 4. They're all just around the site.
Successful hit from DRX. I guess that's what it is, Komodo. I mean, you just have the
some low
situation
HPs.
right correctly.
It's kind of doable.
Able to try to retake DRX, slowly moving up. Toxic
yeah.
Stream back in as well. Mako taking a couple of pot shots over, but Nongshim having the discipline to keep their distance away from those players as well.
When to get that wall up again.
Tapped now. DRX trying to go for some body blocks, but still the numbers prove too overwhelming. The pistol goes to Nongshim.
Yeah, it's pretty just followable for Nongshim in this round, isn't it? When you've got Australia putting up that wall at the
Fnatic
orb,
lost with this company, EWC.
Oh,
okay.
As Nongshim,
they lost, as in they lost the Heretics with it.
Before ultimately scaling up towards the site with the drone and your harbor wall
going out as well. Then let's rephrase it. The Sage comp hasn't lost when your ping is below 40 in 2025.
Viper on a lot of these maps. We're getting an idea that this new meta is going to be your Omen / your Viper. When it comes to a map like this, you are seeing the harbor be picked up. So Persia and Francis are still playing what they normally would when it comes to
that's a lost. Well,
and I do kind of like
I'm not redoing
it's going to be a good test to see how far they're going to be able to run on this attacking side.
Oh yeah, still being able to work around these roles.
We'll just go with the fraudulent stat.
Needed. Right now, Danby pushing up as well, marking down another player, but freeing. Decent shot on the Classic, takes him down.
Yeah, get that heal up on towards him as well.
Zetter Icebox, yeah, man. Why is it always the Zetter Icebox haunting me?
Series, I reckon. But not wanting to give up too much either. So Nongshim keeping things default, standard, straight back into A, still looking for a lot of these duels while DRX kind of dance around the corners.
Yeah, Marco just playing by himself over at the B site yet again. Be interested to see how the lurks.
Dude, May had to drop 39 to be a Sage. May had to drop a 39
from before as well, right?
in 21 rounds or whatever it was.
Too much respect,
that's insane.
so they wanted to
honestly, I'm not even mad that the stats been ruined by that.
That's why coming in with
not even mad.
Confidence right now, just confirming that it will be an A hit, staying true to their positions, getting some shots
it's
in
getting
as well.
A little
2 players left on Nongshim, but
getting
they
a
find
little
a couple
scary.
of kills too. Persia now eliminates the next one, and
he's been hiding the whole time.
Shock Dart could end Ivy, but what do you try to do with this
oh god.
Tempo?
Oh god.
Oh, he's got it.
Freeing.
How has he done that?
Oh god, bro. They had no idea he was there. He managed to get one.
1 versus 2. They're going
and
for
then he's double dinked the last.
That might be a bit of a Shock Dart angle, but he just swings with the Classic.
That's all that was needed. What a way to turn the tide in this round.
This was a full
DRX,
eco.
Again, still just not moving away from the A
like
side,
actually a full eco.
Been, I guess somewhat slow on the rotation. Freeing did it all at the end, and this could be the start of that redemption after the previous series where he was still on that Sova.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we've seen some just defensive
that double dink was
DRX
lovely.
Dude,
nice wide swing on this as well.
Kind of spotlighting a little bit of their struggles.
Okay, Chobra Curse hits again. I've lost another eco.
Adventure just then. They don't really get into post-plan.
We've got Outlaw to one-shot everyone. We got the one hero gun.
Run with it in these sort of situations, and conversely,
it's clean now. It's really clean, yeah.
And all for the A site, yet again, B just doesn't exist currently.
For now. I mean, still kind of playing along with the toxic screen.
Wait, how's that not a kill?
Making their way through, well, I wanted to say downtown, through this Sage wall. It's not going to happen.
They're just going to be rinse and repeating that one. Very common when it comes to the A side of Icebox.
What is the snail beside you? The snail?
If he uses it a little
crazy
bit more
disrespectful.
defensively towards the site instead of just for the orb control and then fall on back. I mean, you always understand the idea. He's one away from the resurrection at the moment, right?
Yeah, he actually takes offense to that.
Otherwise, just happy to still hold hero rifles as well, though. Ivy now streaming in, but freeing, perched up on top of screens, will do the trick.
Oh, it might hit.
2 players left, one is low. So it kind of backs off and calls to play with Mako.
This is close as well. They got shock molly for plant if they want to. They don't know where the Viper is yet.
You need to be the one hitting your shots that we've started to see from freeing in this round already.
Well, trying to reposition though.
That's unlucky.
Gets caught out.
That was pretty much all down to how Mako played it, right? Just him not showing him here, him not using his molly, just created so much pressure behind, and that's the only reason that he gets that insane timing. The guy's just so worried about the fact that he might be behind here, so he has to start checking it.
Yeah, that one's just not going to work out in the end. I'll give him a bit of a valiant
very nice from Mako here.
Didn't really buy in towards this round, right? So they get a bit of damage in, they get a plant, but
yeah, big buy round coming up, and Freeing's got ult as well. So
the secondary round, so
they're in a pretty good spot, considering the lost pistol. Ozera, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the prime. Thank you for the 7 months.
Of an idea now on how they want their attacking side to go, because I kind of, for what we're seeing from them right now, almost disregard the Taylor meta as a whole, right? Because we've shifted away from that, you're looking towards previous metas, you're looking towards what we saw for their Ascension run, and that's where I'm going to
for the big buy round, they get the Judge and they got the op. We got Sage with Rez going aggro over towards B, but I guess it's to do the wall.
3 rounds is what they were generally mustering up. So anything
okay, he walls off, but then plays on top of it with the Judge. And honestly, it's a pretty nice wall because they can't really see the extra segment. They know it's here, and they could spam it.
It's a great read. I mean, it's been 3 A hits from Nongshim, so
dude, he's getting one with this, right?
This time, Estrella continues to stay hidden on top, especially with the Judge Komodo. Another thing to remember is also the fact that
the Saboteur, thank you so much, bro. Appreciate the tier 1 as well. Thank you for everything also. Of course, mate. Thank you for saying that.
If you do decide to go towards the B site, though, you would generally be expecting a drone to be going before any peaks. And whilst we see the drone now over towards the A site from RB,
so I wonder when DRX are going to start using their wall for retakes. But at least game plan at the beginning is use it to block off and get information. I mean, it's pretty much worked well, right? They didn't take any space over towards B. They held up the whole time, and then they hit site. We do have the late luck, and it's going to be insanely late. Tap of the spike, that's the go signal for the Viper as the Sage rotates. And Viper has insane timing. It's just if they can actually get it plant. This might be a fast flood.
It might be a little bit late because the site's still going through now.
Wow, Hyunmin won
already though, so that could be a bit of a saving grace for Nongshim. Now,
Rez goes in. We've got to keep an eye on Persia. Here we go. Here we go, Persia.
Harbor's reckoning.
1, 2.
Forcing DRX out of their positions, out of their hidey holes. Persia takes a couple of picks. Great luck. And now coming through as well. He's still holding the angle. DRX not quite comfortable in their current positions.
It was a great luck on this one. No, he's not just sticking this. No, he's not just sticking this. No, he did not just stick this. How did they lose like this? Vision block with the wall. Oh, it was such a nice round from Nongshim.
Matches of 2. I mean, you got an opening kill kind of for Nongshim when the resurrection comes back up. You're getting the
they actually played like the whole round pretty well.
Going pretty well for Nongshim in that round. The reckoning as well is supposed to be a big deterring factor, and it's just almost disregarded.
Killed 3 on the line.
Kills come here from Persia, but there's no priority on denying that defuse to come on through. The fact that it's still Mako alive with the toxic screen available and up for them to just stick on that defuse should not be happening as far as Nongshim is concerned.
Can you blame Chobra from that? Dude, I don't know who else to blame for it. Oh god. If they lose this as well, it might be mentally booms. Their money would be pretty low. If they can get a plant, they can maybe buy with light armor.
Dashing back and forth, takes a pick down Francis. That's 1 controller gone.
And everybody now is so spread
around
nice shot. For Nongshim.
Dude, poor Persia, man, he's doing everything.
It's a chip back in towards this round, potentially.
Watch Chobra. Honestly, it's better if you don't know.
Getting a couple of good kills already.
And that's another one for freeing as well. Anything else to add on, Komodo?
I think more vintage nature from DRX at the moment, right? From Hyunmin, from freeing. We've been missing them. Where was the freeing damage? Where was this top 3 Hyunmin player from stage 1?
Looking like it right now as well, but
the push
what about
down
for
shoot.
I mean, trying to play it safe towards middle, get a couple of picks, whatever's possible.
Using the window well on defense.
Pretty much done. More of those kills, of course, to come through from Nongshim, but maybe a little bit more collected together as a team, because on this little default that we start to see from them in this round, they are just individually getting picked out. And it's been a bit of a good trade game from DRX in this round. They don't need to be doing anything too unorthodox.
They didn't get a plant as well,
Hyunmin
so
found his damage early.
I mean, they get a 2-9 loss bonus.
Just gonna be the round by positioning.
They're kind of the low people will be sitting at 2-4.
He's gone all to the back.
If Persia can save his gun, they'll buy probably.
He wants to remove Persia.
For sure, but also just the way that he's working around the angles as well.
Okay, he saves his gun. There's only one person that has to take it in terms of Francis. I do think they need to time out though.
Carry on holding that rifle, but you're starting to lack a lot of these rounds, right? It's 5 in. You're going to have to see the timeout come here in this one. Because I'm talking about the fact that in history, attacking side on this map for Nongshim, right? It's a little bit worrisome. I always, you know, kind of see if an Icebox is in for them, that you're going to have to probably see a series go the distance, right? It's probably going to look to be
GE win good, or did RRQ look bad? It was a bit of a mix of both. RRQ in a really rough spot, just purely because of the time stuff.
That's understandable, but for Nongshim,
like some teams get wrecked from going to EWC, and I think they're probably the best example. They came out of a Teo meta where they were really good. Didn't have a good read on the meta after that.
And it was DRX's choice, right?
And then had to go to EWC and now have to play this with 2 new maps.
A lot of practice time, as we hear earlier on from Glow. It is making me wonder.
Honestly, out of every team in the world right now, I'm probably the most worried for RRQ.
And you want to move to be a kind of perma map currently.
In terms of like where their expectations are.
Are you hiding something for later? Because for Nongshim, they're on this ascension run. They've got to do like things to get victories here, right? If you're looking to go into
before you go on too long, Komodo. I mean, so the next opponent is going to be.
They did bad in EWC, so it has nothing to do with it. What do you mean? Also, I'm hearing that most of them had their flights booked for a set time as well, so they kind of stayed to the end. I don't know if that's true.
But for now, as it all moves up,
of course, losing at EWC is bad for them, especially if they have to stay there for the same amount of time. Your confidence is rough, and you don't have any maps that you can confidently rely on being good.
A lot of just slow pace play from Nongshim over at this A site, courtesy of that Sage Wall. Will just take a bit of aggression, take a bit of a challenge.
And freeing now playing.
How did Liquid look yesterday?
Well, Nongshim, though, not
as good as I thought they would look, but it's still early. I don't think they lean into Trek's comfort enough for me, personally. I would be playing in permascan. Okay, nice simple one. Killjoy ult to take the site, Viper ult to win the afterplant, and DRX. Dude, a DRX just gonna save? Wow. I mean, it probably is the right call, it's just the fact that Nongshim will love this. Right, the money's like floating on the edge of being bad.
The credits as well would be almost reset into a board.
Also, their flights were pre-booked, yeah, so
got some decent
they were still there.
And you're currently positioned way too far off to even try to look for a possible flank, so that would be sensible.
Yeah, you could go for a challenge here and then get a drop come out with Hyunmin on the Blaze, but I think this is just a little bit more wise for DRX to go for the save.
But otherwise, a successful round for Nongshim, albeit somewhat expensive considering the ultimates that were spent in, but it does give Nongshim some confidence.
Yeah, I agree with some of the Trek Sova stuff.
That's what
and not even Sova, I think his Fade's good as well. And I think Fade's insanely meta right now if you're using a Yoru. But I think just not having him on scan on maps where scan is great, right, a lot of people will look at Icebox and say it's a must to have Sova here. So to move away from that feels slightly
Nongshim having some decent showings. Persia currently with 8 kills and 2 deaths off of the flank that he's gotten from the previous 2 rounds. But right now, once again, early A pressure coming out from DRX.
Good news for Liquid is though, they used to be good at Abyss and that's coming back. Okay, with the save though, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people that can't buy next. They would have knives, so it'll be a little bit better. This is an important round for both teams.
That's when you consider Darby on a Neon, back on towards this Jet, looking to have a different leadership play thrown to him, right? So RB.
After a few months, we got a long day today. Yeah, dude, we've had it pretty easy, to be honest. I agree with you.
Instead of allowing Darby to really just explore.
We've been resting for this moment.
Saw glimpses of
The
that
18-hour day.
Game as well. But currently, for now, they took that hit towards A. Now Nongshim rotated over on towards B. DRX playing very far back as well.
Be a big fight here around this B side, a bit of a different look because it's just not at the A site at the moment. But as soon as I say that, they're going to start to meander back towards A.
They're going to see the wall.
Not too much of a fake sold.
And they're going to spot one, but it is just a Killjoy. And then we have the Harbor selling the fake, and then the spike is going to be insanely late. Insanely late. Good news for Nongshim is that we got no mollies left, so they can't really delay the plant. The plant's going down at like 12 seconds.
Oh yeah, Komodo. Francis has spent his cove as well, so if he does go for
the plant, it's a good molly though. Oh god. Oh, he can't tank that. Oh guys.
It's going to be the Vandal that does the trick.
Big spam from Mako here. Can this guy get top of sight? Oh boy. Okay, well, Flashback didn't have his molly, but Mako did. I didn't think Mako was in a position. He was here to use it.
Indecision, it feels like a little bit for Nongshim, even if they had a wiser macro play that they wanted to try and sell.
Do you have some like weird lineup?
They're just shut down by that later barrier wall that comes out from Australia. You're pivoting back towards B, and then I highlight Marco for a reason.
The Fnatic special, yeah, the 12-second attempt at the plant.
Denying the initial plant. Francis gets denied as well, and then there's no further
protection. Looks like when the wall went, dude, the Harbor wall kind of saved them. Harbor wall went up, right? Harbor wall went up. And so he crossed.
Try and formulate things for now.
Or at least the Viper wall went up, and then he got the molly out.
Nongshim trying down different looks this time.
Almost. He didn't get taken down even lower.
So far, so good. Otherwise, it's enough information for DRX to get the rotations over. Nongshim looking for a quick plant.
Yeah,
okay.
This one. You got to say, Persia. Loose bullet on towards
I was about to say the spams are looking alright for DRX.
Gone for the plant just yet. This is going to afford a bit of rotation time.
Dude, again.
DRX is freeing. Finds one with the shock dart.
And that is a lovely look with the Sova coming in.
Killjoy ult, so they kind of got to play close. Spams should be okay, but obviously pings. Ping nerf. That is Sage res becomes a lot easier because of ping. You can't ping on the floor, you can't spam through the smokes.
And I think DRX will be pretty happy about that one as well. You baited out the Hunter's Fury, you're pushing up front towards yellow, you're taking control over things. Ivy anticipates the updraft, does get the shot over, but still, DRX with the numbers. Ivy has to do a hell of a lot of shooting, which unfortunately doesn't happen.
Very nice.
Flashback gets the triple at the end. DRX up to 6.
I mean, there were just too many ults here. Killjoy or res. I think with Harbor, they probably just need to take Snowman. This map is so boring, yeah, but it's getting replaced with another boring map. But at least it's a newer boring map, so it's less boring.
So it's great to see that the form is just being found for the likes of Freeing, especially at the moment. Hyunmin's having some moments too. This is the DRX that we were kind of expecting to see in the series against Gen G.
Oh yes.
What changes do you expect to Abyss? Big fat 0.
Let's see if Nongshim
expect
does
nothing.
Have more left in the tank. Back into B, and with Dambi on the blades. If you're looking for a round with leadership potential, this has to be it. He's looking for a potential tag. Does spot someone
okay, they do the wall like they want to take Snowman. It makes a lot of sense, especially with the round. It's actually a great adjustment from the round we just saw.
A lot of space. Persia Ivy from the back, and the spike gets planted as well.
The fact that Nongshim can do this without a timeout is great.
Space to work off of. So it's just a Strand Flashback left currently in 2 separate positions.
Don't even think Flashback's going to be able to escape this one if Ivy finds the right line. Gotta watch out for his back. Oh,
gets spotted through the front instead. So now just Estrella, and he's looking to save. Not much else he could do.
Okay, very nice. Harbor wall deep,
that is more
and actually try and take some space. Did they, I want to say they got a couple of spam kills.
We'll commonly know from them Especially
Still,
when the
it's
young
pretty
ones,
much
as
what
I
they needed
mentioned,
to do.
adjust earlier, but it is good to see that it's not just, you know, a
Nice
damage
adjustment,
showing
really
this
good
round, for
adjustment.
example, right? The
I
whole team was behind them, the
wonder
whole
who
team
actually
was
called
hitting
it.
their shots. They'll get a flawless victory.
Might not always be
tail
the
end of
IGL.
this one. So there is the third round that they accumulate on this attacking side. But
Do you think this year Riot changing map rotations a lot is good or bad?
with how the economy is looking for DRX now.
It does make it more
Certainly
entertaining.
could get themselves
I
back
think
in the
it's
game. It's just little losses here and
I
there
think
for DRX, so they're not
people.
feeling too shaken by some of these rounds, but it's
I'm trying to work out how to word this. I
I
think it's great to watch. I don't think it's good for the teams. I think that people don't give praise enough for the teams that have stayed consistent. Like the fact that I see people flaming this team
Yeah, we have seen more done with less.
kind of confuses me a little bit, because it's the most changes we've ever seen within a year, and the fact that they've gone to both tournaments is impressive. And that's the same for every team that has gone to all the tournaments.
But again, just a slow and steady
E2,
pullback
same
for
thing.
Nongshim. As I say that though, popping on the
Liquid,
tailwind
same
is
thing.
kind of a little bit of staggered go time.
Slightly. Snakebite to try to prevent that from happening, but Dambi
The
still
Sen
lands
is
the shot
actually
anyway.
awful. Dude, this is what I'm saying. You can't say that.
Wind in their sails, and they will look to
They were very
themselves around
very
to
good
B.
at both
get a
metas.
slight flank
Impressive.
or lurk coming through with Ivy up the tube.
Yeah, if you can just find the numbers game here for Nongshim, should be all good to just keep advantage in this round.
Tied up to possibly bait out more reactions from DRX, but DRX without the economy just
Big luck right here. Ivy?
Shot out
Ivy?
Estrella, perched up on top. Here comes Ivy with the flank. It's a good double,
He
but
went
shot
for the
down
drop
by
down.
Mako. Now he
God,
has
I
a
think I
weapon
need to
work
move my
off of.
camera if they're gonna do this
Possibly
picture in
finding more
picture.
until RB reads his old teammates.
Boomy Comic
movements,
Gamer, thank you
just
so much for the
freeing
prime.
left
Appreciate the 3
with
months.
Marshall.
They're like putting the luck
Yeah,
in
maybe some spotlight
the
headshots
picture in
come out
picture
from
up
him. Maybe
here
he's able
where my
to
head
put a
is,
van on the floor, which he will
instead
from
of making it
dead
full
corpse
screen.
of Ivy. See how much legs he
Do I
has in
like the
this one.
split screen?
Util as well,
Um,
yeah. Through the little peak, Ivy holding
Not
the
really.
angle. That will be that.
If you missed it actually in the picture-in-picture, Ivy going for the flank through kitchen actually fell off the bridge mid-spray, and I
Go
nearly
top right,
lost
I can't
my
block,
words when it happened.
I can't block
hope
kills or
replay's gonna be able to show
sponsors.
us what exactly happened on here. But yeah, that's a much-needed rounds to come out from Nongshim. Here you go, he's fallen off the bridge. He's
Damn.
certainly could have made
He
that
actually
one a
kind of
little bit
added
more
some
entertaining.
style
He
with
wasn't
it.
able to finish off any of the
That's
frags
funny.
and did die, but nevertheless, he managed to get that one there. So the fourth round found for Nongshim.
The meta for kickoff in stage 1 was the same to qualify. Sure, tell that
They
to
very
T1.
well know that this, you know, could have been much more of a clean
I
path
agree
from
with
them
what
than
you're
was seen so far.
saying, but I'm telling you it's very different
Still trying to make
when
it happen, though.
a meta
But
just
that
came
said,
in,
apart from
and then
that,
teams have
apart from
all of that time
DRX's,
to perfect the meta
happenings and
for stage
misgivings here
1.
and there, it certainly looks nice for Nongshim, right? Off of the previous game.
Rossi, hello Rossi. Thanks so much for the tier 1. Appreciate the 9 months. The same thing actually happened to us for Reykjavik 2021. 2021 Reykjavik, very similar to the Teo meta, and like what kind of happened to T1 kind of happened to us in Liquid. Astra came out. Astra came out, and every team in Europe was awful with this agent. So bad that I was like, damn, this agent can't be good. We are slapping teams around. Astra looks awful. And then we went to Reykjavik and we played... Okay, we played against V1 and they had Vanity. And he was a good Astra. Then I watched Zoms, he was a good Astra. And then I played against Sugar Zero, and he was a good Astra. And I was like, well, turns out Astra's pretty incredible, just everyone in Europe doesn't know what they're doing.
At least for now, just
So then we obviously we went to that LAN for, in theory, having off meta. And then we missed Berlin. We lost to Gambit in overtime. But they did with the event, so it made me feel a little bit better, but
sure enough. But apart from
basically
everything
it was a
else,
similar
it's Australia with
situation
the
where,
res
where
now.
we did good but with an off meta, and then everyone got good with the meta while we were at the event.
Common things from Nongshim. Different look on the location of the lockdown. Gonna be
Is Liquid?
respected.
Yeah, it's Liquid.
Could give them some space in the site and spike down, but Mako will look to, I guess, play around with that Viper's pit in, but he will have to evacuate for now.
He's going to have to get in.
Yeah, I was
really
gonna
quick,
say
so I
that-
love the
does
position
he even
of
make it?
elevation on this rafter.
Straight back in, but unfortunately the spams from Nongshim. Great recognition in where DRX
I'm a big
Mako
fan, but that was a bit of a shocker.
The backside of screens now, Danby able
that
to
was
get
mental as well from Danby.
Back in as well.
They do have res. Yeah, res goes in. We've got nothing to stop it really. Goes into the 4v4. That was nice from RB. It's good spam.
And that will be another player down. DRX unfortunately not able to retain much ground on the site. Nongshim happily taking those duels, but a couple more going by the wayside. Just Persia now taking on another frag. Flashback. Try as he might, but
Persia's playing great. Yeah, Mako messed this up a little bit. I don't really get his thought process.
Yeah, it's an early deterrent pit to come out from Marco when that lockdown is there, but it just not able to get back in towards it, and it falls on down, right? So I love that position that Danby was able to take over at the rafters. He can block off anybody coming in.
You think a team with role issues like 100 Thieves, but I think the meta's not defined at the moment. They can play what they want. So I do agree with what you're saying.
In the end, which you'll be happy enough with as Nongshim. Right now, it's just that 5 versus 5.
If I was 100 Thieves at the moment, I play Chamber Vice every map that I can.
5 so far on attack to try and tie things up.
But I also put Boostia on the Vice and tell him to not anchor. I play the Vice pretty different to others, I would say. Just purely because I don't want him to anchor at the moment. I mean that in the nicest way possible.
This is a pretty worrisome position, though. He's got to work his way around it and stay alive as well. But here comes Nongshim, Danby. What a way to take space. Very specific spot as well. Mako was looking all over for him, but thankfully with the support of Estrella, able to
I trust Asuna's the craziest Yoru to send it in, so I think it would work well. Why Vice? Vice Chamber's insanely strong. No one knows how to play against it, really.
Ivy loses his life. What do you do now as Nongshim? You lost your game plan and ultimate at B. You lost your lurk plan over at A, and you're losing mid because look where freeing is.
Yeah, big risk. Unfortunately, not quite paying off. Decent trade from RB though, but still a 2v4.
Dude, why does this feel like the scoreline should be way higher to DRX?
Mako getting another shot down, and it's just RB left. A Vandal to his name, and a bit of an expedition into the A site where angles are being marked. Yes, it's just one player, but
what's the most underrated agent right now? I would honestly say ISO at the moment.
Oh, lockdown.
There's no way that RB is winning this one.
Okay, Recon.
Waylay? Oh, Waylay's a pretty good shout. The Waylay buff is way more than people think.
Well, is he even gonna
oh, no, he missed the jump. It was a nice idea, though.
2 shock darts.
Just enough.
Spotted.
Oh, he heard the hover. And he's looking for anything possible to keep him in the game, but Flashback has got too fancy of footwork.
I mean, this was a nice half from DRX. The eco round really
feels like
got him off to a good start,
though. A bit more of a priority on these lurks being a bit more of a saving grace too. So I'm really surprised that
you go to tournament at the moment. What's the best Icebox comp? Dude, if you go to tournament, like this is one of the easiest and the best comps to play. People don't know how to play against the Sage. But then I would watch Fnatic to like learn how to play it.
Falter on finding the frag. When that recon comes out, it's just a bit of a sloppy round of calls and positioning from Nongshim, but I still think it's okay, right? 7-5 at the half is a definite pass mark in my eyes, and I'm sure a lot of people's eyes out there as well, but I think
the Waylay buffs are insane. Yeah, Waylay's pretty strong on defense now. Still think you gotta have... I still think on attack it's insanely limited.
Continued succession.
You can kind of like call it a C-. One thing we can say for sure, I do like the IGLing so far.
Waylay needs a lot of team play, yeah.
A lot of these different appearances,
it's hard to have impact on attack, other than just sending it in. So a lot of times you could do stuff, I guess, to get people through chokes.
One last thing, though, possibly, it's just the fact that you've got that, something that you touched on before. Margaret, who was the previous Sentinel, in for Ivy now. It's possibly some misreads on timings with the way that he was trying
Ascent? Yeah, I heard about it. It will struggle a bit on attack, but on defense it probably locks it down.
Track that progress for now.
Did you enjoy the Astra meta back in 2021? I enjoyed when people were bad at it, yeah. But then when people got good at it, it was not fun. It was probably pretty fun to watch, though. I didn't watch that much back then. But it was probably pretty fun to watch. There was like good combos and stuff. Rochi, thanks so much for the Prime. Appreciate the 7 months. Thank you, thank you.
I don't know if you caught what Big Time and I are wearing right now, Quack, but it's the Champions 2023 Los Angeles. What happened then? What? Remind me, what was back then? RB was on DRX then. In that tournament, it was his last one with DRX.
Wasn't that fun to watch? It got a bit like the Teo meta. Because people are just using Astra Suck for off the plant.
Team now looking for,
yeah, I can see that.
He was quite friendly on stage with his old teammates, so that's quite lovely to see.
Okay, double sheriffs. Double sheriffs. It doesn't look like it, but it was 1-0 on the pistols. Nongshim got eco'd, and Mako
Mako here. As soon as that high tide falls, unless they want
to take a
slow go through it, which they actually do, but Mako might find the timing to escape. Oh, so close.
How is it? How is the timing that insane?
Now another player circling around him. It's Ivy gets the sheriff
Get
shot.
Out. Bro,
and that might be enough damage until DRX continues to peek right back against Nongshim.
Yeah, the fact that the rest of the boys come on back as well, just scare Nongshim away. They spotted a lot of bodies towards that B push, so scaling up quickly towards A is the correct idea for them to situate themselves in a post plant where they've got the wall and shock darts as well. Recon going out now.
Safe enough. Back up into safety. Continue to hold angles for the spike. Meanwhile, Nongshim trying to fan out across rafters,
Great shot.
They don't quite expect the sheriff shot ringing out from him and all the way towards the back of nest. You've got the shock darts as
they
well.
Saw 3B and they didn't rush that. They didn't see 3B really.
The sage wall gets slowly chipped away.
Actually, I don't know how many he saw with the insta peek count.
Take matters into his own hands. He gets a couple more. But will he be able to find the kills necessary? Runs out of ammo, tries to hop around. Unfortunately, not quite able to stick all the way through. RB shut down at the very end.
It's double rough start for Nongshim on this map.
With their upwards trajectory.
Yeah, the angle of that wall as
almost,
well.
Yeah, they almost used the wall against them.
Actually a little bit of protection behind it, but in the end, doesn't really work out because it comes to the 2 versus 1, and it's just the rope shots that come on out.
Is there an agent that you hate when a team plays at Harbor, to be honest?
They just recognize that no one's
I hate Harbor. I hate Harbor, and I'm starting to hate Breach.
So the pistol round will go DRX's way this time. They'll hold on to the lead. No real early chance for Nongshim to tie it up unless they're able to thrifty back in fashion.
Why do you think Breach has such a low win rate in pro play? Not a good agent, man.
DRX can do it before.
It's a on paper agent. On paper, it's incredible. In reality, people are just one-tapping you with the stun, and they somehow everyone just looks better when they dodge your flash and then 180. They always hit that one shot. I don't know what the science is behind it, but I swear as soon as people dodge a breach flash, they hit the next bullet.
If Nongshim are able to isolate at least a single person from B, they might be able to get a weapon upgrade, but
you got to consider if it's anyone lurking, it'll be Flashback or Marco.
GMV propaganda reaching the stream. Again, the guy has like a... He's not as bad for Lofa for hit rate. We'll give him like a 2 out of 5. But yeah, if he doesn't like Breach, he's right on that one.
It feels like that's where you needed more stock on, just because of how DRX have been operating with this 4-1 split. Right now, unfortunately, the angles don't quite support RB either. Oh, he is
2 out of 5, yeah. I mean, the Sheriff Pistol one was the best, though. The Sheriff Pistol one's great because it's, like, still around. That's my favorite one.
Continue to push up as well. Well, will the numbers continue to hold? Francis, a decent chunk. But there it is. Numbers at the end. Got math here.
Yeah, they pick up the 3 guns, and it's going to be a great buy for the bonus.
Marco, I mean, I'm looking at it, right? He could have got an operator out as well if they wanted one on the attacking side, but the way
I think the only busted agent is Yoru at the moment. I personally think I would slight tweak Yoru, Omen, ISO, Vice. I think these 4 are too strong at the moment, personally. I'm not saying it's reflected in games.
And no punishment onto Francis, stuck in that slow.
That's what I would do.
He finds the ulti charge to get one away from the wreck.
How do you tweak it? God knows, man. That's not my job. I'll just say what I think's strong.
Of course, one thing you can expect is Demi looking to play on a 4 position up towards pipes. He doesn't see anything, so
I think honestly,
for now,
we're at the point where maybe the 1 Omen TP is a thing.
It saw Danby.
I'm not sure it should be able to be a controller, initiator, and a duelist. I think you got to take one of them out.
And just not be very stale on this defensive side. Not be scared against the Titans.
I think you got to take one of them out. That's the issue.
There's a big amount of pressure on
Double TP is fun. I think that's the issue, man. It's too fun, and you got to think about ranked, and people want to play it because it's fun. But I think to actually balance it, to be in line with the other controllers, you might have to do that.
But will they be able to actually hold it down?
I don't think they will because, again, it's fun and ranked, and they want people to play controller.
This one, though, that's the big factor for them. Get out the wall, get the plant. It should be real safe. And that's what the
you hate fun? I mean, the people playing Chamber probably had a lot of fun when it was busted too.
Now keeping himself tucked into this little corner while the rest of the team looks to play post-plant.
It's a cheeky pocket, isn't it?
So you can be truly cheeky enough to pull out a win from the bag.
Yeah, I've been against taking away the double TP for a long time, but
decent on the swing.
the more you see the agent, you're like, man.
To make a move, and they put the high tide up. But look at it, Spam.
Boy.
What a read! Hyunmin and Flashback getting one for their own, and it's just Persia left. Tries to reposition, but
Very
Hyunmin
nice from
proves
DRX
to be too sharp.
They hit some nice shots.
Yep, he is certainly shooting today, isn't he? This is what we're talking about, a missing component from DRX, such a powerful thing.
It's the Omen Flash that needs a nerf, sure, but we've nerfed it twice already. What else do you want to do? Make it slower?
Where that crosshair placement is to get that individual confidence back on towards this roster. It doesn't necessarily need to be freeing, stepping up, or you know, Hyunmin, but the fact that they are starting to right now, it's looking a lot better for the whole team collectively. That's the bonus round that I mentioned. It's looking strong going into it because of what they salvaged from that secondary round, right? No damage from Nongshim. Now dropping that
Instead
first
of
gun round.
Nerf Omen, buff the other controllers, but then if you buff the other controllers, you'll see a lot of Omen Astra. You can't buff Astra at the moment. Astra's pretty strong as well. It's just the fact that Omen's more flexible.
As you've mentioned, Komodo, guns again this time not truly supporting Nongshim. So just trying to get a read of the map once more, but not seeing too much, not even by the B side. Mako, a little bit of pressure, and then an outlaw shot from Flashback.
It's just slowly played as it is for DRX. Fall back onto what they know against the pistols, little by little, Quack just finding the kills that they need. It's as simple as that. You're not trying to reinvent the wheel.
Don't need to. Meanwhile, it's Persia who's kind of needing to find anything possible just to
Omen, yeah,
Nongshim
that's the thing, it's so flexible,
in this
right?
race, but he even gets spotted out by Hyunmin.
Just anything that he can do here really isn't going to eventuate to
Poke to Storm with the Prime, pretty sure the 12 ones. I do agree with you a lot. I reckon Riot most likely will try and to make the Omen Flash thinner or something. Because again, I think it's too fun for people. The priority isn't kind of should be ranked is where the most players are.
Well, back to the fallback plan on Bind.
Jubabi, thanks so much for the tier 1. Appreciate the 5 months. Thank you.
Specific map veto. DRX are just looking so comfortable.
I'm anti-fun. I just want.
It's Hyunmin who's back. It's
close.
Who's back.
We got the closest meta, so I don't want to complain too much. I want a close meta.
Well. Yeah, well, the timeout to come through from Nongshim. They were, you know,
which region do I expect to win champs? God knows at the moment.
And they did drop another.
Pacific's probably the most likely, then EMEA, then Americas, then China, right? That's where we're at the moment.
And DRX's timeout, they managed to win as well. So they're pretty successive after timeout conversions at the moment for this Icebox map. But holistically, only 5 rounds, 2 of which after the timeouts, and the first one being the pistol round.
Will there be another meta change before champs? Nah. They won't do that, right? I can't say confidently no, but it should be no. And then what should happen is there'll be a big change after champs.
Nongshim can't possibly pull off Silkanon and Sungmin back in the coaching booth.
I mean, just when you think of Icebox and Nongshim, it's not generally a strong map, right? So it's not a map that they would like to be playing. What we do want to see though is what Darby is going to be able to do.
Time out into a new round. DRX with this want to go over towards middle, dash up the top. This place is nice at the moment because you can see both the turrets. Breaks the turrets, creates a lot of pressure when they go head over towards here and gives some of the lags freedom. Recon over towards middle. Are they still here?
Right now he's trying to
And then as soon as the recon goes, Mako pops his smoke up, creates the question mark that they just cleared again.
Drone coming out from DRX. No, Dabby. Oh, the shot not quite connecting.
And now they know the operator's here. DRX do not need to force the issue. They
and I'm pretty sure DRX were waiting for this wall to go out, and then it's going to be up for a little bit. Double vision block in terms of them not getting information. They use the recon in middle. This team cannot get info for like the next 20 seconds for recon, and then this wall's up for like the next 5 seconds.
So you can just pivot towards this A site and do a normal standard
Yeah, and when do they clear this? When do they get some info here? We've got a jump peek.
Unfortunately, kind of left the A side a little bit open.
This is a nice round from DRX.
Does have the recon right back in, but this might cost Nongshim a bit of
Yeah,
time.
they get the info. Rotate comes in.
My mind at the moment, you've got a reckoning.
Do they get over towards site in time?
Full RB utility. Put it all in together towards this side.
Wow, Mako, you're
you're
absolutely sending it. Okay, they were on top of the double layer luck. I respect that. They still get a good plant though. There's a res over towards middle, but obviously they don't feel like they can do it. Freeing's playing on site with his ult.
Even save it for a future round, just in case. Otherwise, for now, Hyunmin to play around the site. Have a Francis reckoning.
Wow, he's actually going around mid for the res. So they're going to try delay enough with the Sova ult.
He's made the journey back to mid, which means Nongshim has to watch out for back of screen possibly as well. Here comes that Hunter's Fury. Makes
Got
it
it
feel
half.
uncomfortable, but Ivy doesn't
Someone's
care.
gonna break this
Continues
cove.
to stick. He has the cover from
Oh my
the
god.
cove, but it gets shut down. There's that flank from mid. Oh, it's down to the kills itself, and it's
No
gonna
way.
be Estrella again. RB. He's
What a sick round, bro. Respect to Estrella, they went for it. The only reason he went for this is because they planted top of site here. If they didn't plant top of site here, then they don't have that angle to go here, and they don't even consider going over towards middle. Dude, this was a cool round. I kind of locked in a little bit for this one. It was actually like really well played. The whole thing from DRX was great. A really nice round from them.
Starting to come on through, and as gorgeous as it was as well,
like
the spike just narrowly
from barrier down.
Diffusable from Nongshim. That one hurts. Great positioning from Australia there. And it puts DRX onto map point. They have had 5 in a row on this attacking side. Looking to make it 6.
Another one, exactly. Just as soon as the round starts, knowing that they have everything flowing for them. Nongshim, on the other hand, looked desperately to take those duels head on, but unfortunately, they just fell off.
You've got to take a massive risk here as Nongshim as well. There's the lockdown that gets invested. Persia loses the duel against Marco. This one is very bleak.
It off, don't you? I mean, logically, technically, there's not much else that you have
Good
going
luck
for
on
you,
the
but
go.
Nongshim certainly are going to try.
They
Marco
actually
comes from the
own
back, and
some.
Francis has been detained.
They
Will
own
we
some.
have a knife kill? No, it's DRX.
Nongshim look. It could have looked a little better if they didn't get eco'd on the second round and had some momentum. They're like rough starts both halves. But dude, yeah, started watching some of that attack. Like how they were playing was great though. That looked hard to play against. Let's see why they picked them up.
They're coming in towards a super week and